Hi everybody. I'm going to teach Alison Annison a move today to help her with her climbing. We're using Zoom, so this means that we can work one-to-one with each other even though we don't have to be in the same room. Alison climbs regularly and she does a lot of different kinds of exercise, but as a result she finds that her hips can get quite tight. You need to have good flexibility for climbing, so I'm going to show her a move that hopefully will help her flexibility. This is a move that I've given to a specific client of mine who is now in her late 60s and free climbs regularly. She finds that she can basically keep ahead of all of the competition because she's using this move as part of her training protocol. It might be a move that Alison's seen before, but I'll take her through her paces and make sure that she's got the right technique. This move is called the Spider-Man crawl, and it's a bit of a modification of any basic mountain climber move. So Alison, I'm going to show you the mountain climber moves to begin with, and I'm expecting that you've seen them before. I'll move back a little bit. You start in a plank position and you bring the knee up and up. Can you still hear me, Alison?
I can, yes.
Good. Now, you can take that leg outside of the elbow, or you can take the leg across the body. So the basic mountain climber move can be done in a variety of ways. You go and I'll watch your technique. Good, that's a good cross mountain climber. Now do a straightforward mountain climber so that the knee is coming up in between the elbows. That's a good outside knee. And now a straightforward mountain climber. And you can relax off there, Alison, that's great. So come and sit back down. So I could see that you had a lovely straight back, you had really good form there, and you were able to complete all of those moves quite comfortably. You had the shoulders on top of the wrists, which is what we were looking for, and you had that nice light touch under your toes. You weren't thumping down, everything was very controlled. The Spider-Man crawl is basically the same move, but you travel with it, and this makes it far more functional for climbing. Because when you're climbing, you don't stay in the same place. Hopefully, you move around. So
sometimes I'm stuck for quite a long time.
Sorry?
Sometimes I get stuck for quite a long time. But
maybe you're just having a rest.
Yeah, totally.
So when we're doing our Spider-Man crawl, we're just traveling with it. It's exactly the same move, but you're traversing. So if I move over here, you're just traveling all the way through, and you can come forward and back. That's it. And come back the way. And now go side to side across the room so I can see you from a side view as well. Good. And then back again. And you can rest off there. Now, one of the things that we can see there is that Alison's hips are coming up quite high in between each step. So what I would recommend for you to do, Alison, is continue with that move where you've got more room. So you would maybe do 5 steps forward, 5 steps back, and focus on keeping those hips low. Because the lower you can keep those hips, the more you're going to build that flexibility through them, that functional flexibility that will help you get into the move. Yes. Now, when you take the next step, yeah, try and keep the hips low. Can you feel how much more difficult that is?
Yeah.
So you're really good at that move, and you can feel it in the hips now. And the more that you can keep those hips down close to the floor, then the easier you're going to find that hip flexibility during climbing, because you can stick closer to the wall. You know, you can stick closer to the cliff face if you think about it. Your body away.
So is it kind of, you know how like dogs walk? So which arm do I move? The opposite one to the leaded leg?
That's it. That's exactly it.
And then.
Yeah.
Right.
Now there is a further progression for that. I'm not very good at it, but the further progression is to do all of this with your arms bent, so in press up position. So everything is actually closer to the floor. I'll see if I can do one or two. So you would be here, bending the elbows and keeping them bent as you come through. So much tougher.
That does not look like something that I can do. So have push-up position.
Yeah, from there, and you keep those elbows bent. You can see why it's called the Spider-Man crawl, can't you?
That's savage.
And you're already rubbing your hips there. So, functional fitness for those hip flexors.
Yeah, that's, oh, yeah. I did do a workout this morning that was a lot of deep squatting, so that's just kind of finished it off. Should have done that before.
Well, next time you can start with those Spider-Man crawls, and that will warm you up nicely for them.
Yeah, definitely.
I really appreciate you letting me teach you that move, Alison, and I hope it helps you with your climbing.
I appreciate it too, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay, now it's my turn to teach Susie an overhead squat. The overhead squat she uses quite a lot in strength and conditioning to assess both upper and lower body movement. So let's see how you get on. All you're going to need for this is a pole, broom or a mop will do the same thing. This is actually a broom handle. It's quite long and this is a very small room, so I have to be quite careful with it. So before we actually do the overhead squat, it's an idea to do a little bit of a warm-up of the main joints that are involved, namely your ankles, knees, hips, and obviously your shoulders. So the move that Susie's just done with me, the Spider-Man crawl, is perfect for the lower body, probably a little bit of upper body as well, to be honest. So we'll start on the shoulders for this one. So if you get yourself, get your broom handle or your pole, and if you kind of rest it about in your hip crease, so if you bend ever so slightly, the pole should be in your hip crease with your arms straight at the elbows there. And then we'll go with just a normal kind of grip. And all you're going to do, keeping your arms straight, take the pole overhead and all the way over, if you can.
No way.
Yeah, that's okay. If you can't, try a bit of a wider grip. Is that better?
Yeah, wider's better.
Wider's better. So do 2 or 3 at that width, and then try bringing your hands in a little bit. And the more you do, the more you should find that as your shoulders warm up, the closer you can get your hands together, still keeping your elbows straight.
It is loosening off.
Yeah, you probably feel as you go over, you feel a big stretch across the front of the shoulders. You might get a little bit of clicking and grinding if your shoulders are anything like mine, but as long as there's no pain, it's nothing to worry about. Okay, your next one, so nice wide grip again, and you're going to take one hand down to your hip and the other one over your head. So the pole ends up flat behind you. And then bring the pole over your head again, so the pole is now in front of you. And keep doing that. So one over your head, back over your head with the other one. Nice. A couple of those, and then go back the other way. Looking pretty good. Okay, we'll just do a quick normal squat so you can pop your pole down. Now, my squat is actually pretty bad considering I do quite a lot of them. It's pretty bad if I'm not wearing my weightlifting shoes. And that's mostly down to my ankle mobility, to be honest. So if you have a fairly wide stance, so feet just outside hip width, pretty much under your shoulders there. And then if you go into a squat, probably better if I go sideways on. So you're going to reach out with your bum as though you're trying to sit on a chair that's just a little bit too far away from you. And if you can, get your elbows in between your knees. So a nice arch in your back. Not that way, that way. So like you're sticking your bum out. That's perfect, that's really good. And then if you do one facing me, and you go all the way to the floor. Weird, you've done this before, haven't you? That's excellent, really good. Okay, so we're going to step it up. This time you're going to take your pole. So find the width that you were comfortable with, getting it right over your head. and you're going to put the pole above pretty much just the sort of level with the back of your head. The inside of your elbows are going to be facing up towards the pole. So that's it. Now rotate your shoulders forwards so the inside of your elbows are now facing away from you. Depending on how flexible one's shoulders are, of course.
Like this.
Hang on, I'll have to do that. Yes, can you rotate your shoulders a little bit more forwards so that the inside of your elbow crease is facing
there?
me. That's good. You shouldn't be able to bend your elbows very easily in that position. So keeping your upper body in that position, you're going to squat just as low as you comfortably can, keeping your weight distributed over your whole foot. That's good. Excellent. If you do sideways on, hopefully your hands will appear in my screen and I'll be able to see where you are. That's really good, actually. That's very good. And try looking forwards. I know it's hard when you when you're trying to look at a screen as well. So just do another couple of those for me. Oh, Susie's got some good flexibility there. Look at that. And pause just at the bottom there if you can. So you can see probably yourself when you watch this back, you'll see that the bar, the pole, sorry, has come slightly forwards. So
yeah, that's what I feel. I don't feel that I've got the flexibility that I want there. I find it hard to keep the chest up.
Okay. In that case, have you got shoes on?
No.
If you grab a rolled up towel or a rolled up yoga mat or weight plate or something that's maybe 2 to 3 centimeters and pop those underneath your heels.
It's just a little flannel. I'll put one under each foot.
One under each foot. That'll be good. I will do the same thing. I will not do the same thing because I don't have anything lined up.
Let me just roll that over. Yeah, I do have quite tight calf muscles.
Yeah, so this should help a little bit. It just raises your heels up. It should make
right now
a deeper squat a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, that feels better.
Brilliant. So the idea is that the pole stays traveling up and down the same. This is vertical, isn't it? So
okay, I'll try a few.
That's really good. Magic.
I'm trying to line it up with the door behind me.
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier for me to see it as well. That's good.
I'll do one more.
Okay, I'll let you rest then.
Yeah, lifting the heels just a tiny bit. I mean, I'll show you here. 2 little flannels.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how much I'm lifting it, just an inch.
Just a little bit, yeah. Well, these, can you see these?
Yes.
Yeah, these are my weightlifting shoes, which tend to have a bit of a heel raise, just to put your feet into a slightly better position, because it's very common having limited ankle.
So would I be better just to focus on increasing calf length then?
That would definitely improve the overhead squat if that's where you feel it most. For quite a lot of people, especially people that spend a lot of time driving or desk, bending forwards, they tend to feel it in the shoulders, tension across the front of the shoulders and in the thoracic spine. And it's a really good antidote to do a day sat at a desk or behind the steering wheel. But if you're feeling it most in the lower limbs, so if you feel it most in your calves or in your ankles, then definitely working on your ankle mobility and your calf length.
I felt the sticking point was the front of my hips. So am I better increasing hip flexors length then?
I would say just doing the overhead squat will help out with that. Do you mean, so when you get to this point you feel like you're either going to go over backwards or
no, I just feel as if the fronts of the hips are building up the most amount of heat.
Yes, yeah. Because to hold yourself into that position, so to hold yourself in this position without the bar traveling forwards, you do. I mean, it's a whole world of stability. It's and coordination. It's why it's such a good exercise. Yeah, if you were to hold it there, then yes, you probably would feel it quite a lot in your hip flexors.
Do you know, I really appreciate the time that you've spent talking through that, because a couple of weeks ago I had a session with Chris Nielsen, who's a personal trainer, and he was teaching me kettlebell swings, and it was all of those tiny little things that I just didn't quite get the intricacies of, because I've never done any big weightlifting. You know, I just do small free weights and Pilates moves. So it's great to get the both of you just adding that little bit more information into it. I'm gonna actually try a few more of these kind of overhead squat moves. That was great. Thank you.
No problem. You're welcome.
Brilliant. Okay, bye.